It was 33 million was spent on afforestation in 2012. To put it in context, the combined expenditure on the two projects is almost 1/5 of the 2013 budget for the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Now, some members of parliament want SADA to provide evidence of the projects and also justify why such a colossal amount was spent on guinea fowl and afforestation. MP for Efutu and member of the Parliament Finance Committee, Afenyo Markin, led the charge.
In a situation where government invests 33 million Ghana cedi into afforestation and another 12 million, that's a provisional one, Mr. Speaker, 12 million Ghana cedi was also invested into guinea fowl projects. Mr. Speaker, if government is making investments through SADA to help alleviate poverty, we all support it. But the specifics ought to be finished for all of us to satisfy ourselves that indeed these are proper investments, there are no diversions, and these are investments that the returns will yield positively.
Mr. Speaker, I'm on point of order. The colleague is misleading the general public. Mr. Speaker, to term the guinea fowl activity as not proper project. Mr. Speaker, if he cares to know, in the north, it is as important as the fish pond in the south. It is as important as poultry in Kumasi and Accra. So for the people of the north, investing in guinea fowl is already business that they are running, and SADA's objective is to enhance the business that you are already in and very conversant with. So he should get his facts right and stop misleading, thinking that investing in guinea fowl farming is an improper investment. Mr. Speaker, it can be an improper investment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, the number says that investing 33 million on tree planting and 12 million, the details should be made clear. Mr. Speaker, not only that, the number are loose. The one you invest 33 million in 2012 and the project is abandoned in 2013. It's even more important for this house to get the details. Mr. Speaker, when you invest 12 million on a guinea fowl farm and the project is abandoned in 2013, it's not budgeted for in 2013. That's why the member is saying that the details should be brought.
Join us on the line right now is Mr. Afenyo Markin, MP for Efutu and a member of the Finance Committee. Thank you very much, sir, for your time here on Top Story. First, clarify this for me. On this paper that I hold, this Finance Committee report that I hold, this amount of money spent on the guinea fowl projects was 12 million, but we hear that there have been further amendments to that figure.
Yes, first of all, good evening to your cherished listeners. I think when the SADA Chief Executive appeared before the committee, we asked for some details, and later he brought some information. So that brings the total to 15 million. But as a matter of procedure, the additional 3 million was not before the House. So that's why I quoted the provisional figure of 12 million. So the actual figure is 15 million Ghana cedi.
So it shot up, based on the fresh information, the amount shot up from 12 to 15 million.
That is so.
Now, you are asking questions.
And the afforestation figure also reduced slightly from 33 million to 32,490,000 or so.
So almost 33 million still.
That is so.
Almost. Now, you are asking questions why 15 million cedis was spent on the guinea fowl project and 33 million almost on afforestation by SADA. What's exactly your concern? Is it your view that the total amount of 47 million was misspent?
That is so. I think that the government must be seen to be transparent. If you are a government and you're managing resources of a country, you have to be consistent. One, if you say you invested 15 million in guinea fowl projects, we want to know where you invest, the specific areas in the northern region where you made such investment. Did these investments go to individuals? Are there individuals who benefited from these? Is it infrastructure? What exactly are they? Once you say it's investment, it means that we should expect returns. What are your plans? Who is coordinating such projects? 15 million is good money in this country because we are talking about deficit. We are talking about teachers who are boycotting, who are on strike and are not teaching. So these are the things that I wanted the government to clarify. We need evidence. If today we say that Kufuor invested in INC Starch Company, you go to Bojo, it is there. If we talk about Metro Mass, you go there, the office is there. You see the buses on the road. I am not against any investment initiative by government. Government needs to alleviate poverty. However, government must be seen to be doing the proper thing.
Now, Mr. Marking, from what I gather, the boss of SADA appeared before your committee. Are you saying you didn't get these answers from him?
The SADA did not bring us specific details. We were only given a report. We were only told that so much has been invested in this. And another almost 33 million invested in afforestation.
No, but would I be right then to say, that you failed to do your job at the committee level because you could have asked for those figures?
We work at the committee and at plenary. At committee, issues that you have, you can raise it on the floor of the House. That is why I raised these issues on the floor of the House.
Are you saying that you could not have exacted those details at the committee level?
No, that is not the way we work in Parliament. You discuss the broad issues. And when you come to the floor of the House, you address your concerns. You bring your concerns to the attention of other members. And that's exactly what I did. And I'm saying that if government found it prudent to make such investments in 2012, particularly even in the area of afforestation, what is government doing in 2013? Okay? What is government doing? What is the monitoring? If you invest so much in 2012, in 2013, are you not expected to look at other areas in the same sector? Look, where are those funds? Who benefited from them? These projects. Where are those afforestation projects? Where were the trees planted? Were they planted by volunteers? Was it given out on contract? Government must be transparent.
Okay.
Government must be consistent because we are talking about huge deficits. And it's not only in SADA. We are talking about Maslog as well.
But I'll come and interrogate the question of the deficit shortly based on your own report to Parliament today. But we tried to reach the SADA chief executive. You're told he's traveling, so he's unable to speak to us. But we'll be speaking shortly with somebody who is on the ground, who understands these things, works indeed in the two upper regions and the northern region as well, and also the deputy General Secretary of the Agricultural Workers Union, to ask him a few questions about the justification for these questions. But let me ask you, Mr. Afenyo Marking, in my hands here, in this document that was produced in Parliament today, if you look at the SADA expenditure, the committee noted that in 2012, SADA spent an amount of 91 million in excess on its activities. Now, they were given a total amount to spend in 2012 of 165 million. Now, if they spent only 91, definitely they didn't exceed the budget. They actually underspent.
You see, the issue is about the investment. It's not about whether they underspent or they overspent. What we are saying is that if you said you did this project, we want to see this project. We want to see that the project is benefiting Ghanaians. We want to see that the project is not a ghost project. This is our concern. We are not interested in whether or not SADA overspent or underspent. Even if SADA spent 1 cedi, bear in mind, it is the view of we in the minority that we need to reconcile. We need to bridge the gap in the development in the northern region and the southern sector of Ghana. So we are all for it. All that we are saying is that we don't want government to just come and tell us that I have done this, I have done that, when you do not have evidence for it.
Okay, I wanted to stay on the line. I want to stay on the line briefly for me, because the question really is, how justified are these questions you're asking? We can now talk to the Deputy General Secretary of the Agricultural Workers Union, a farmer himself, who does a lot of work in the northern and upper regions. Edward Carraway, thank you, sir, for your time here on Top Story. You're on the ground there in those three regions in the north, the upper west, upper east, and the northern region. The question is, are these questions really justified? Can you find real merit in these questions?
The question is, are these questions really justified? Can you find real merit in these questions?
Well, thanks very much. The issue here is that if parliamentarians indeed are to approve an expenditure, then of course they must be able to understand what is going on. So for me, the questions are legitimate. They are looking for details for the project or the expenditure. And again, if it is that they want the importance of the project, then of course I believe that those who are running SADA should be able to provide that.
The other question is, why should we spend 15 million, say, on a Guinea fowl project and 33 million almost on afforestation?
If the whole objective of SADA is to reduce poverty in the north, then you must be looking at areas that indeed are capable of doing that. And if you look at the Guinea fowl project, it's an area that almost every household does Guinea fowl. Its gestation period is also short. It is also resistant to diseases, and it is a delicacy. In fact, there is ready market for Guinea fowl, and we all know that in this country, Guinea fowl is a delicacy. So it is one area that if we invest and monitor and ensure that everything is done properly, then it can help to generate incomes and then go a long way to reduce poverty.
Having said that, though, would you say that 15 million is justified in that area, in that sector?
Well, because one does not work with SADA, and one would like to know what has gone into it. Until one is aware of that, it will be improper to say that the 50 million is not justified. And I believe that the parliamentarians are calling for details. And if those details are provided, they will be, they'll understand as to whether it's justified or it's not justified. And that information is also good for all of us, so that we make sure that we get value for money.
Mr. Carraway, thank you for your time. Final question to Afenyo Marking. As far as I'm concerned, you still don't have the answers to the questions. What is it that you intend to do now?
Oh, well, it's a continuous process. It's not ended yet. We are still in Parliament. We have a minister responsible for the sector. I mean, government is an obligation to provide answers. So we wait for government to provide answers.
Okay.
Give us specifics. And it's your duty as a media house to also follow up. And then we make sure that the right things are done. Because
you can trust that we will do so. But I want to say a big thank you to you, sir, for the time here on Top Story. That's Mr. Afenyo Marking. He is a MP for Futu and a member of the Finance Committee. You want to join us again in 15 minutes because we'll be scrutinizing this further, but also going to the Volta region, also examining today's the first weekday as far as the curfew that was imposed on the Nkonya areas after the clashes over the weekend. We'll be there telling you how the people there are feeling the impact of that curfew. We understand that they are having challenges with accessing food and their farms. We'll be live in the region, bringing the very latest on that. Top Story is brought to you by Bond Financial Services, also brought to you by Liveboy, Blue Rose Limited, and Belacqua Mineral Water. My name is Evans Mensah.